What's going on, everybody? Glad to have you back. We are back. It's me, and we have a guest speaker here. We have old Brent, the New Orleans Saints owner. Brent, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. Hey, everybody. Figured I'd hop on here and just kill some time since we kind of biffed the broadcast a little bit, but make a little show out of it, right? Do like kind of something like what me and Nick do on Hit Stick, kill a half an hour, and then you guys can jump into the pregame and be good to go.
Absolutely. Sounds good, man. So let's get your take on the playoff rankings right now. I know you clinched this week, so are you looking forward to the playoffs, or what's your plan here?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't know. I'm going to go for the win still because I could still technically take the division if Josh loses out. I know it's pretty unlikely, but his quarterback just went down, so
not happening.
It's possible. There he is. Right there.
And we have Josh here to defend himself. Dun dun
Brent,
dun.
Brent, what are you talking about, mate? What are you talking about?
You got a shit quarterback now. You can't play with him. You're gonna go 1-2.
You're 70 overall. What more do you want?
Deshaun Watson, baby. Yeah. So I mean, obviously, that's one of the races. Not quite as interesting though. The most interesting one, in my opinion, is the Seahawks and Cardinals one, because that one, I mean, they're tied. Seahawks has the tiebreaker, but there's still 2 games left. So if he drops either of those, we could see a flip-flop there. So I don't know. What's your guys' take on that? How do you see that going?
Personally, we actually commentated, me and Tosh, we commentated that Cardinals-Seahawks game. Cardinals lost both games to the Seahawks. I think that if he had split the series, I think he would have had a pretty decent chance to win out and win the division. But because he doesn't own the tiebreaker in any way, I think it goes to the Seahawks for sure. Cards and IREC is pretty much struggling to get into the playoffs.
Tosh's dogs are going off. They want to be a part of the podcast.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can mute him here. What kind of powers I have in here, if my staff powers carry over or not.
The power.
Yeah, I don't know if I can mute his mic. Right-click user. Kick Tosh. There we go. Okay, perfect. There we go. That's better. So, yeah, I mean, I see it going kind of the same way. I think VBD will probably win out. I'm going to pull up his schedule quick here. I know his first game is Tampa Bay because I bet on him in Survivor Pool this week.
Yep.
So I think he'll probably win that, obviously, or else I wouldn't have picked him in it. And then final game is the Broncos. So, I mean, they're both good users. They both generally finish around 500, so they could get a win, but I just I don't see it happening. I see probably VBD pushing on and taking that spot. So, sorry, Rec, but better luck next year, in my opinion.
I'd agree. And if you go check the Cardinals schedule real quick, if I believe they had 2 pretty difficult games here to finish out. So even if they win, that's tough because they could win out and they would still need somebody to lose that's currently in. Like, let's see, I believe, he would need either Tosh to lose both games.
Yeah, he can't. I don't even think it's possible because me and Tosh both have the tiebreaker on him, I believe. So.
Oh shoot! So he's done. Oh well,
yeah.
No. What if does he have the tiebreaker against Josh?
No, Josh also has the tiebreaker. From what I remember this morning, everyone that he's trying to catch has the tiebreaker on him. So it's basically VBD loses a game and he wins out, or it's over.
Wow! So he needs help from one of those other guys. Okay, so that's interesting, man. That's going to be a tight race.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be fun at least. Those guys will be sitting in the chats, I'm sure, watching each other's games and cheering for the other team just about every time. Sure. So that'll be fun to watch. And then I think we also have a bit of a race with the Cowboys-Redskins. So it looks like the Redskins are 9-5, and the Cowboys are 1 game behind that at 8-6. So that's definitely still possible. I'm just pulling up the Redskins schedule quick here. So I want to see who has the tiebreaker between these two. Cowboys won the first matchup. And then if you look down at their second one, the Redskins won it. So I guess it'll come down to a divisional record, which I don't have the patience to look up real quick here. So I'm going to guess the Cowboys are still alive because I know he was talking about wanting Eris to get the win. So I don't see why he'd be so invested if he was already done for.
Yeah, the division wins. We talking about conference wins or division wins for Redskins and Cowboys?
Division. That's the only chance anyone has of getting in. The wild cards are for sure going to be going to my division and Nick and Tosh.
Okay.
So
yeah, the division wins for the Redskins they're 4-1, and Cowboys are 4-2 in the division. So
right, but yeah, then Redskins would also be 4-2 if he lost that game to the Eagles. So
true.
Yeah, I don't know. More math than I'm ready to do right now.
For real.
I'll let John figure that one out when he just decides who goes.
Okay, yeah, that's gonna be good though. That's gonna be a really good one.
Yeah.
Who's your
let me
pick?
look over. Well, I mean, if we look at the AFC, we might as well just do the other races quick.
Okay.
Do something for them. So it looks like you pretty well have yours locked up, I believe. Yeah, you're already in there. Oakland also has his locked up. Titans, how interesting is his? That's a little bit of an interesting one. The Jags are 1 game behind. So if the Jags were to get a win this week, which I think they will because Chad's in Atlantic City, so that's a win for the Jags. Then the Titans is also in Atlantic City, so I could see him losing. So that could be interesting for the final week to see what goes on between those two. Who do you think will make it out of those two guys? Or who will win the division? Sorry, they could both make it.
Man, I'm probably gonna have to go with the Titans. I think that Brian is a fantastic user, and the fact that he's got Lev Bell healthy and he has McCaffrey, man, like that's just a terrific backfield, probably the best we have in the league. I mean, I think that on any day he can compete with anybody and beat anybody in the AFC. NFC, and again, NFC is a little bit more weighted, but the AFC, I think he definitely can compete with any of them. So I'm gonna have to go with Brian there.
Yeah, see, I actually think the AFC is better competition during the season because everyone's more balanced. So you guys always have great races and stuff. But yeah, when it comes to the playoffs, you definitely see like the NFC it's very top heavy, right? We have probably 5 of like the 6 best users in there. But then we also have some guys who can't compete with that, so they end up getting just shoved down there at the bottom. And I kind of wish we were a little more balanced next time around because I'd like to see some of those guys have a shot at getting a wild card. Because if they were, in the AFC or given another opportunity, some of those 5-win guys in the NFC might be 8-win guys, right? So
yeah,
hopefully we'll get a little more balance next time around.
See, we have a little bit of breaking news though.
What's up, baby?
Oh, we got Chad in chat. How are you doing, Mike?
I'm fantastic.
How's Atlantic City?
Fantastic. It's pretty loud here.
Yeah. Oh, are you doing it right in the middle of a bar?
No, I'm at the pizza place, though.
Nope.
So, Mike,
I'll hang up now because I'm probably ruining everything.
How's the beer there? Is it pretty good?
Yeah.
Cracking back little Bud Lights, or I don't know, what do you drink? Natty, or maybe some
BL smoothies, baby. Bud Light.
Oh, okay.
Yep, delicioso. All right, I'll let you guys go. Peace out.
Take it easy, man. Enjoy. Party on.
It's always good when you get a little guest appearance from the one and only Mike Chadwick. But Brent, yeah. I want to talk to you about the breaking news here in the league. We have Bootgate. It appears when Tosh's dogs were barking, you booted him completely from the server.
Oh, did I actually? That's actually hilarious.
That's hilarious.
I thought it was just going to boot him out of the draft show. So I'm sorry, Tosh, but at the same time, I'm not really sorry because this is really funny.
He came back, like I saw in Maine. It was like, "Hey, Tosh, welcome to the XCFL," and he's like, "What happened?" And then we had Smooth Grizz, old John, actually, who's going to be playing later. He was like, Brent realized Tosh was one back.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my god.
He's like, yeah.
Well, you know what though? We had to handle the dog situation, so it was kind of worth it.
This will be my final address.
For sure. I think it's just lag on your end because this is because I'm getting you loud and clear, and with the stream, that's what's most important because my voice is on hardware. but yours is coming in off the download. So we've got,
Okay.
but we actually have our stream up now, so we can go ahead. I'll switch over to that, so we can be watching and seeing this this Patriots stream. Old Smooth Grizz got his stuff up. Game will
Are
be
they
set
actually
and
going to be
kick
starting
off.
soon, or is this just? I guess like 15 minutes. So, yeah. Then I guess the other thing everyone seems to be interested in right now is kind of team selection, right? Like guys have been talking about it a lot.
Yeah, man,
and
that's awesome.
Especially, I was just talking about getting a little more balance next time around, so that'll be something we can work on. But we're gonna do a live team draft this time around, so guys will actually have that choice themselves if they feel like one side or the other is getting too loaded. They'll have a chance they can pick their team from the other side. So guys will be picking their own destiny this time around. You can basically pick your division mates. You can pick your team. It'll be exciting. So,
oh yeah.
With that said, is there any teams you have your eye on that you were kind of thinking might be a good squad?
Oh, me. See, I'm just a huge Baltimore Ravens fan, so the Ravens are obviously my number 1, 2, and 3. But if I got to go for number 4, oh man, it's really going to depend on how the draft shakes out, because I know a lot of teams have a lot of holes, and those rookies right off the bat are always great to have starting out in a cycle because they're young, they're developable, and if you get them with a few good seasons, they'll be the superstars that you build your team on. So for me, I love my Ravens. They're my figurehead. I love donning the purple and black every time I play in the XCFL. But so for me, I've got Ravens number 1, and then a whole bunch of guys number 2. If the draft didn't exist,
yep,
I would personally go strictly based on my division mates. I want to pick a division that's competitive, that's fun, that there's a lot of beef, there's a lot of edge, and because these are the guys that you'll play twice a year for the rest of the cycle. So that is a huge part of the selection, that I would rather have a bad team in a good division and that I enjoy playing, and that that's always fun to be there. That I'm going to go ahead and transition over.
I hear you, man. With that, I really want that too. One of the teams I'm looking at right now is the Arizona Cardinals. I know it sounds ridiculous because they got like no wins this year in real life, so their team's going to suck. But I think they're going to take Kyler Murray in the draft coming up. And I really want to play with him. And then on top of that, I think they'll probably trade Rosen. Especially if they could trade Rosen to like the Giants for the 6th pick or something. I mean, that's pretty, I think it'll happen. But if something along those lines did happen, like say Haskins went and then the Giants had no quarterback, so they were like, all right, just trade our 6th for that. And then they got a receiver with that pick, then, I mean, you can sign me up for the Cardinals at that point. Other than that, I know the Giants look pretty good.
I don't know anybody who would want the Giants.
Plus over the 6th. I know the Browns have a lot of good young guys. I don't really like I kind of like to pick a middle team with good young guys. I don't like to pick a team that has a lot of like high level guys on it ready to go that's going to die off in a few years. And I mean, I don't think anyone likes to pick a team with absolutely nothing on it.
Yeah.
But so that's kind of the way I'm leaning right now. How close are we here on this game? Are these boys starting up early or?
No, it looks like he's just sitting in the stream or sitting in the waiting room. I think we're waiting on the Bengals to get ready and get back in. But we have Tosh here. Tosh has joined the league again. Tosh, how do you feel about Bootgate?
Yeah, you were getting a little rowdy there at the Dogs.
I was doing the dishes. I went to check back, and I'm like, my channel is gone. So I have Ace on my in my other league, so I got him in PM. I was like, dude, what happened to the league? He's like, what are you talking about? I was like, my channel's gone. He's like, let me check. And then I come back, and I had no idea. Right. I thought I turned everything off downstairs, and you must have been hearing them through the headset.
Yeah, your dogs were going absolutely buck, and I was like,
they were.
How do I have the chance to mute him or something? And it didn't show it, so I was like, all right, I'm just booting him because you got
gone. Oh man.
So I apologize for that, but it's kind of funny, so I'm almost glad it happened.
Yeah, I was raging out for a little bit. I was about to get Iraq in chat and tell him to rage out for me. I was like, man, what happened? But it's all good. It's all good.
Right. So I think we're pretty good. I mean, there's 10 minutes left to go till the game, so I think I'm going to hop out of here and I'll let you guys do your thing.
All right, appreciate it, Brent.
Have a good
It's great
broadcast
having
tonight,
you here. Glad you could join us.
All right, take it easy.
All right, man.
Later.
All right, Tosh. Looks like we're back in the saddle, ready to go. We got about 15 minutes, or actually 10, getting closer to 10 minutes now. 10 minutes till the game kicks off in Cincinnati. Quick take here. Let's cut to the chase. Who are you picking here? Who's your win?
I like the Patriots. I think he's a big sandbagger. He doesn't want people to think that he's doing well because, but he has. I mean, he played me tough, real tough, and I mean, I know he's upset some people. He's played tough with some people, and I just think it's a different team. Even the last couple seasons where he's struggled, I mean, the division's gotten better. The division's gotten better, and he's doing better. So I'm taking the Patriots. I think it might be a close one for a while, but I think in the end, one big thing that I want to talk about is Sony Michel. Sony Michel is tough. I think that he's got the ability to break the game open. I think sometimes people in this league get away from the run game. You know, I'm a run guy, but I played against when Sony Michel played against us. I mean, he had at one point like 8 carries for like 50-some yards. So
wow,
he's a guy that it's hard to take down. And with some of the new animations, people have been falling forward more. I think giving Michel a couple more carries might be useful.
Oh, for sure. And just going north to south, get those dive yards, just go straight up the gut. Hope to get that animation. Like it kind of sucks, man. Like it's one of those things that it makes playing defense pretty aggravating because you think you're gonna stop them right short of the first down line, then they get that nice little fall forward animation for about 3 extra yards, and you just like you kind of throw your hands up like, well, did everything I could do. Not much you can do there, but my pick because it looks like I don't know if you want to hop into their stream real quick and check it out. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's looking like the game's about to get started pretty soon, but I'll go underdog here. I'm picking Robert. I think Robert's got the tools he needs to win. I think the biggest thing for him is just going to, like I said before, try and limit the amount of turnovers that he can throw. If he doesn't throw as many picks, if he doesn't have as many stalled drives or ending them quickly, because like you said, Smooth Grizz and his name's John, but like John is like, he's a tough user. Like he can hit you at any time with capers. He's got the corner on the other side of the field, with Spriggs. I mean, that team and the way he uses them, he's a threat to win at any time.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of guys in this game, but one thing we do got to mention, you've got to mention it before they start, is Pilot. We got old Smooth Grizz. We got the league coming and showing that some of these guys actually do have a heart and donating money to help Pilot recover and help old John with a little bit of the cost of those high vet bills.
Absolutely, man. So that's the story behind that for anybody that's had their head under a rock the last few weeks here in the XCFL. One of our favorite users, John, the Patriots owner, his dog was actually poisoned by a antifreeze and a hot dog. So the league banded together and on the GoFundMe raised over $500 for him. These guys, this is one of those leagues that it's really rare, man. It's rare to find that kind of camaraderie and brotherhood that we all come together and support one of our users that's going through something tough. So it's, and we did get good news earlier this week. The Pilot's good and he'll be good to go and headed home. So we are all happy for him and we're happy to see this game get kicking off. We've got the Patriots going and here's a big kick out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
It was rumored earlier in the season. I said when John gets mad, takes a loss, players fly on the block, and Spriggs actually the corner was on the block for a little bit. I think the trade deadline luckily was already passed, but yeah. I mean, he's a guy who could fetch a pretty penny in the offseason if he sticks with that.
I'd be lying if the Ravens didn't inquire and at least kind of send out a feeler like, hey, You trading him? You know, he was trying to get a pass rusher or another offensive help. I know that for a fact, but I think he's glad that he didn't, because almost 2 or 3 games after, he had a few very nice picks against the Browns. So I'm interested to see this game, and like we see on first down, we see a run for no gain, toss going right to Giovanni Bernard, and bringing up 2nd and 10. It does appear Quinn Strickland is the starting quarterback today. Looking left, finding the receiver Landry, and he picks up about 7 yards, bringing up 3rd and 3.
You can see right there coming out in that 4-4, sticking in the cover 3 blitz with the planed over top, it looked like, because they open up for that drag. You can play underneath, and those purple zones will turn into hard flats. A lot of people, I don't know if they do that a lot. Everyone doesn't want to give up that big pass.
Quinn takes the snap, hands to Bernard. Bernard gets forward for about 4 yards, getting the first down. Great play call there on a 3rd and short. Gets the good little run right through the tackles. First down, Cincinnati.
I like the play call. You spread them out. You got the tight end detached on the side, 2-back shotgun, run pass, both viable options, and then give them a little split action run up the middle.
Oh, and it's intercepted by Akeem Spriggs. That cornerback, we were just talking about him.
Just testing him out. And they brought the inside blitz, no safety help. You thinking that the deep pass is a good option. You had time, but Spriggs is there to make the play.
What a play it was. My goodness.
That was a big one.
Yeah, absolutely. Run going right. Michelle off right tackle. Gets a nice little block from Capers and gets it up to the 41, gain of 19.
19 yards right off the bat. I said Capers, or Michelle, sorry, could be a big difference maker, because he's a running back that I think that lately John's been finding that's been pretty useful.
Yep, that was one of your hot takes before the game, and man, were you right. Taking the snap. Looking over the middle, finds his tight end, Gronkowski, for another first down. That's Riley Peak over the top for 20 yards.
Interesting, looking like they came out in the empty, and Cincinnati countered with like a 5-2 look, and with the zone blitz, found the open spot.
It appears he was saying no more running. He did not want to see that running back go out, but man, it left the pass open for sure. Peak, I form behind him. Michelle takes the snap, going up the field. Gets about 4 or 5 yards up to the 16-yard line. 2nd and 5.
Right there, that's one of the things people have been talking about in chat. We've been seeing the going through the line that a lot of times we saw the insta-shed when you went through and for no gain or tackled right there. Right on that run, Michelle was able to get about a 3 or 4 yard animation forward. So we'll see if that's a theme this game.
Definitely, we did see a lot coming out of that update. That was a big deal. Peak under center. Michelle in the single back, looking to pass, and he's sacked on 2nd down.
Hunter's the mainstay on that defensive front for Cincinnati. He's got a ton of tackles for losses this season, and he's one of those guys getting a little older, but has that good overall. Those D linemen, they age pretty well. I've had some success with some older guys. There's still some older guys that can play for you down there. They don't regress too bad.
And in our first season, Tosh, before I think you joined, Daniil Hunter was actually the MVP. He was the early version of Tack McKinley now that we're seeing in Atlanta. And a big conversion on 3rd down. Peak finds his tight end, his slot receiver Elleby, for a big first down and up to the 1 yard line.
That was a good read. That's a tough route sometimes to complete because of the angle that it takes. That was good timing by Peak and the receiver.
And a run on 1st down, and that's stuffed by the Bengals.
No animation that time. That was a hit at the line, stick them, and no gain.
And that's a big deal here on first down. If you can stop them, it's really hard to stop the run within the 1.
Yeah, I mean, don't be. It looks like he might go for a slant here. We'll see what the coverage looks like.
Looking, finds it and overthrows it on the goal line. Looks like he had the slant, just like you said, Tosh.
Yeah, I think he went max protect. So those 2 linebackers that were manned up with the tight end and the running back, they kind of sat there, and those are the guys that are dangerous. If you do max protect or block that running back and that linebacker sits there, they can get those interceptions.
Peek in the gun. Hands off to Michelle. And he rumbles in for a touchdown. New England Patriots.
I like the play call there. Spread them out, run it in.
3rd and goal. That's a tough call. Man, good play call there. Getting the touchdown.
A lot of people want to give themselves options, put it in the air, but he spread it out. I mean, I like the Bengals staying in the goal line defense, but right there you saw Sony Michel. Like I said, he could be a difference maker, especially in playoff mode if the Pats can really start to develop that run game even more.
Yeah, he committed to run there on the goal line, but that was impressive. That was just good blocking there by that New England front, because usually the goal line D will stop the run pretty consistently. It's pretty vulnerable to the pass, but no, that was just insane blocking by that New England front. And here comes Quinn Strickland again on his 2nd drive of the day. Hands off to Bernard up the middle, plenty of space. Gets up the field for about 8 yards up to the 33.
That was a good play call. I think he might have been holding on the turbs a little bit. I mean, he had a wide open space. He got bunched up in that 2nd level running into his own guy. But that was a good 2nd and 2. Whole playbook's open here. You can go play action. You can take a shot here, or you can just try to grind it out and get a couple more yards, extend the drive.
And Tosh, I don't know if in the comments people are saying that you're kind of like Tony Romo here, calling plays before they happen. You got that 6th sense or something.
Yeah, well, I honestly haven't watched the Bengals much, but he seems to be pretty solid. He likes to stick to that run game, as we saw the first drive. He took that one shot, and it was a well-timed play call. Just matchup wasn't good with Mr. Spriggs out there hawking it down.
Oh, yeah. That's always a tough matchup. And that was a nice little run, though, we just saw. Get the first down. Tough play by Perry Sharp. Goes right between the tackles. Gets that first. Oh, man. Double coverage. Quinn Strickland tries to find his receiver, but incomplete.
That safety coming down, latched up on that drag route. The dig route, the tight end was probably the go-to guy on that one. Just the safety baited him in and threw the short one. Nice deflection.
Yeah, it was a good play by him coming down. Made it a tough catch. Linebacker shift left, expecting run. He takes the snap, hands off to Bernard. Gets about 1 yard on the play. Brings up 3rd and 9.
Good defensive call there. Pats with the cover 1 blitz on the draw. Linebacker was able to shoot the gap. It'll be interesting here on 3rd and 9. Maybe something towards the sideline, some type of pass. If there's one safety, if there's 2 safeties, we might be able to see like a little post route. We'll see what they like. Ooh, timeout.
Timeout by the Patriots.
Looks like the look.
Yeah. Looks like he was still setting up his coverage with his subs.
Yeah. Couldn't get the personnel on the field. Wanted the right dime personnel for this big 3rd down. 2 safeties up top.
It's a good call. Quinn takes the snap. Looking right. Oh, nice little hole. And should get a first down depending on the spot. And it's a 1st and 10, Cincinnati.
That was a big call. I mean, that's a good defense to have on that. With a man, you got somebody on that running back, but it was just, he made the diving play, went for that deflection, and allowed the big run after the catch.
Oh, yeah, that was one that was boomer bust. Strickland under the center. Takes a 10-yard drop back, looking left, and incomplete.
That one, there was pressure right in his face the whole time there, and just tried to throw that drag, little hot route outlet pass. Luckily, just deflected a non-interception taken the other way.
Yeah, that was pretty good coverage there by the linebacker on Eifert. Quinn takes a snap. Looking middle, and dropped. Great defense there by that roaming sub linebacker.
Yeah, that was a good hit. That was a first down. That was a good read. You got to hang on to those. Got to earn your money on those catching traffic type plays.
In that cover 4, that linebacker is the only one there, and he made a play. Quinn taking the snap, looking for the verts, tries to find his running back underneath, and that was his. That's one of his receivers, Khalik Hughes. Gets 10 yards and a first down.
That was a big first. We're going to end the first quarter here at 7-0. Bengals finally getting some momentum on offense.
Oh, yeah. And like I said, he's a very consistent type of player. I mean, he's not one that's going to go out and, burn the barn, because I don't think this roster is built to hit those huge ones. But, man, it's like 10 yards and a cloud of dust. I mean, he's had 3 or 4 third down conversions on this game, or in this drive alone. He's looking good.
Those can be killer, especially for the psyche of the Patriots if you keep giving up those third downs.
Absolutely. Those are so painful on defense. Looking middle, wide open. I think that's his tight end or maybe his wide receiver.
No, it's tight end with a little slant and stick right there. Yep. Everything kind of opened up. They picked up the blitz. I mean, Springs is in company keeping the quarterback clean right now and giving him that extra time right there. Looked like the pressure might have got to him. Waited. Things open with that cover 2 blitz. And he's almost in the red zone.
Absolutely. And that was a really clean pocket. And that was the perfect play call, too, for that play. Because that was the one just big old hole right in the middle of it. Oh, and a great time to call a draw. Gets right up into that pocket of space, up past the 20 to the 18-yard line.
That's something I don't see a lot. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't see a lot of draws against me. And I don't run a lot of draws. So, I mean, this might be something people watching right now. A successful first down draw from under center. And we got 2nd and 3. Again, those 2nd and shorts, it's exactly what you want to be in. You have the whole playbook open, and especially in the red zone is when you want to have those options.
From what I've seen, Tosh, in order for that draw to work, you got to have a great defense or great offensive line. And I think that's where having that line led by Springs has really helped, because they kind of create that little pocket for the running back to run up into.
Little trap, keeping it simple right now. Just not taking any big shots like they took that first drive, and it's working. And to keep going, it looked like the Pats went to that 5-2, brought a blitz, couldn't stop the first down. This is a big play right now, 1st and 10 in the red zone where it's harder to score. The Patriots really want to keep them behind the sticks. They want a no gain here or tackle for loss, and it's a win here if the Bengals can gain 3 or more.
Well, specifically, he was running into the 5-2 there. That was a 5-2 pinch blitz, and that usually shuts up the run. But because of that offensive line, again, this offensive line is really keeping them together. And it's a nice little run on first. Bernard gets actually no gain up to the 14-yard line, 2nd and 10.
One guy to beat there. If you could get a little juke or a spin there, could have took it to the house. But that's exactly what the Patriots needed now. I don't know. Would the Bengals go draw again? We can see, but I would like to probably see something short, middle, maybe to the outside.
Quinn takes the snap. Looking middle, fires. He's got Eifert. Works to get in, but I think he stopped just short on the 1-yard line, and it's 1st and goal.
That was a little angle route from Eifert in the backfield. They put stress on the middle linebacker by throwing a drag and an angle route at him. First and goal, we got ourselves a ball game.
Coming out in the goal line set against the 5-2. Going play action, perfect play call, and he's got oh no.
Springs. That was Mr. Springs he was going after.
Oh, that hurts.
He put the right guard. He went with the heavy offensive line, eligible, and throws it to him wide open. That would have been amazing.
Perhaps
that's one of his goal line plays.
Perhaps Mr. Springs is feeling the pressure here in XCFL Primetime. Oh, that hurts. But he comes out in the same formation. Heavy set, probably about 6 or 7 offensive linemen. Goes right back to him, and he gets a catch. Beautiful.
Goes right back to him.
Beautiful pass. It was like a back shoulder fade there, and he just catches it like a tight end or receiver. Very nimble for that big of a guy.
That didn't even look like a good pass. I thought that pass was sailing out of the back of the end zone. And Springs he snatches it.
He adjusted. That was perfect. You can't play any better than that.
15-play drive, over 7 minutes, capped off with the big rookie offensive lineman scored a touchdown. We'll see what the Patriots can do to overcome what they just had to endure.
Oh, Tosh, I don't know. Big might be an understatement there. He's about 315 pounds. To be 315 pounds and that nimble to adjust to a badly thrown pass on the goal line, I mean, that's highlight reel material. You got to put that in. That's beautiful.
Well, we might be seeing a press conference after that one. We might be seeing another Robert press conference. That was huge. I mean, they're put on a show for the 9 viewers that are on watching right now.
Nice. And what are the New England Patriots going to do to respond? Riley Peak in the offense coming out. Play action. Looking deep. And it's incomplete. Poorly thrown ball. Looked a little bit off. Almost intercepted there. I thought it might be there. What did you see on that play, Tosh?
I just think that's one of those that Peak, he's a lower-rated quarterback. He's not going to hit on all those plays. He had time. I don't think it was an under-pressure thing, but Peak is the lowest-rated quarterback out of 3 on this Patriots roster.
He's going up and it's fumbled.
Wow.
Huge hit by Daniil Hunter. Or, excuse me, it wasn't Daniil Hunter. Daniil Hunter was the one that picked up the ball.
Recovered, yes.
Yep. I don't know who got the hit
The Bengals showing they're not tanking. They got those 3 wins. They're going for number 4 right now.
Absolutely.
Patriots trying to get that playoff position. All the momentum right now is with the Bengals. The Patriots need a big play. They need a stop.
The crowd's getting into it here in Cincinnati. That was Preston Brown on the hit. He's got that 87 hit power. Put some thump on him there. And Quinn taking the snap. Oh, tried to get the ball out to an open receiver on the slant, but it just couldn't get it out fast enough.
Slant was there, but the outside blitz, they brought 6, and it looked like the running back didn't pick up that outside left guy. Might have looked to the right. So Strickland was able to get the ball off. No sack fumble.
Linebackers adjusting left. Quinn takes the snap. Looking middle to his running back on the angle route. Gets about 20 yards. Man, beautiful run there. Fights for a couple extra down to the 3-yard line.
I think the Bengals are adjusting to the heavy man that New England's given, especially down in the red zone. That's twice now that they've ran that angle route. That angle route now to the running back. So we'll see what they do back in this goal line set. I don't think they'd go to Springs again.
I would be blown away. But you never know. And there's a nice run up the gut. Gets about 1 yard up to the 2.
Defense closed quick there. It did look like there was a little hole there, but Rivers was only able to muster about a yard. But it looks like they're going to come back out in that goal line package. A lot of teams down here don't use the goal line unless they're in that 1 yard range. They've used it when they're in 3 or 4 out. They like getting those big beefy boys some help on the outside. And there you got Springs out tight end again.
To be frank, a lot of teams and a lot of coaches are not Robert Morlock. Going up the gut with the fullback, Beautiful run. Touchdown.
So we've already seen a 315-pound right guard score touchdown. Now fullback score touchdown. So some unconventional players getting some love here in prime time.
Yeah, that fullback is all at 242 pounds. Lucas Drake, and he's a pretty good little fullback there. He's got about 80 speed, 80 acceleration, 84 agility, good strength too. Pretty much a guy that can do it all. 24 years old, so he's still young. He's from Georgia, so you know he played a lot in the pro style offense. He's a unique type of player. These gadget type of players are really getting some good looks here for Cincinnati.
For New England right now, it's got to be Capers time. Sometime you got to take the roof off. You got to take the roof off. Watch out for Dorsett, too. He's had a sneaky, quiet season. He could sneak in there for a big play, but it's got to take a shot here.
What's concerning for the Patriots, though, is Riley Peake only has 88 throw power, so that really does not go well with Capers' amazing big play ability.
Yeah, I mean, they got Stafford on the bench. I wonder if he'd sneak him in there for a play, get that 98 throw power in there.
I don't know. I think we know what Nick would say if Nick was going to be commenting about whether Stafford should play or not. He's not too high on him. Oh, nice little animation getting the first down. Good little fight for extra yards there by Sony Michel.
Honestly, these running animations, I would have to say right now, we are focusing on them, but I have seen a lot more running backs falling forward.
I'd agree, and I think it's good. I think if they'll probably tune it to where it's a little different because it does happen pretty consistently. But I like the animation personally if it happens from time to time. But I think, like you said, it has kind of happened a little bit frequently. But again, you know, I think it's a realistic addition to the game. It's just one of those things that I think will be tuned with time.
Yeah, I mean, being a run-heavy team, I'd like it. I know Violent, yeah. He'll love that also.
Oh yeah, well in the 20, maybe not anywhere else because you know, but because Mixon only gets his carries in the 20-yard line.
Yep, and then busts off an 80.
I know, right? I'm telling you, that was one of the funniest games. Looks like Peake making an adjustment at the line. Hands off to Michel, tries to fight forward, and he's still going. Busts it wide open.
Wow.
Oh, and it's missed by the final guy. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel, a huge run. Went beast mode there.
I think we're highlighting the running backs right now. Wow, I think there was like a couple different broken tackles. He drug a couple guys. Now that's a different way to do the old 75-yard drive, 4 plays, and most of them on the ground.
And Michel doesn't fumble often, so I think he really took that fumble personally, went over to the bench and said, guys, my bad, let's go out here and keep giving it to me, and I will absolutely make up for that.
Rumor was that Pilot was making an appearance on the bench, but he wasn't pumped with that fumble. John got the old therapy dog on the sideline,
yeah,
rejuvenating the team. That was an impressive run. That'll be a highlight. You'll see that on the highlight.
Pilot gave him those big, beautiful brown eyes, and Sony's like, "Nah, dude, I got you. Don't you worry." Big hit underneath, and gets about 2 yards on the play.
I mean, if you look at some of these, Michel, he's got only an 83 truck, but everything else, he's pretty high up in the ratings department.
Yeah, and he's one of those players that he can do it all. I love backs like that that can thump, they can break tackles, and he's going for a big one there over the top. Couldn't quite find it. He had the look that he liked in that cover 3 buzz press, but just couldn't get it to fall.
Yeah, couldn't thread the needle there. We have now a 3rd and 8 with 1:18. I mean, the Patriots looking to get that ball back if they can make a stop here.
They got 2 timeouts.
The Bengals get this first down, they're looking to score. So this is a big turning point right here.
Absolutely. Quinn in the gun. Surveying the defense. Takes the snap. Looking middle. Dropped.
The man double buzz was a good call there, bringing those zones, those safeties down in those yellow zones, getting a little bit extra contact in there and forcing the incomplete pass. That was a huge play, especially if the Patriots can make something happen here.
And the Bengals forced to punt on 4th. Looking for Michael. Something
one of those.
M.
It was one of those. It was one of those.
Good little return there. Gets up to the 22.
Early on the spin move. I think if he doesn't do that spin move, he's probably got about 20 more yards.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, let's see what we got going here. Looks like we might have a trips look.
That we do. And Peak looking left. Makes an adjustment. Finds Michelle. Oh, Michelle's got another amount of green grass right in front of his face, but he goes down. And that puts him over 100 yards on the day on 9 rushes. And I believe 2 touchdowns.
Right now, Robert's got to ease up on the controller. Every time he's clicking on, he's taking a guy out of position, trying to hit stick with some type of motion a little bit too early.
And he's got an open receiver on the outside, Capers. And there's that big number 84, fast guy too, man. He can absolutely blaze.
Peak put it right in that window in the cover 2 hard flat, so it was nice to see that happen.
That's one that beautiful little chess match there. Looking right, finds Michelle on the dump off.
He had Gronk there for a minute. He had Gronk there over the middle for a minute. And I think he's just trying to get Peak. Didn't want to force anything. See what he can do with 1 timeout, 20 seconds.
Riley Peak looking left. Takes the snap, looking for the screen. And he gets absolutely walloped at the 28-yard line. Peak goes no huddle. Takes the snap. Fires. What a hit. What a beautiful pass to Dorsett in the slot. I thought that might get swatted or even intercepted there.
I thought there was an interception there. Went through his hands. Dorsett, he's quick. He's quick. He made that. He had the separation. I thought maybe a touch pass would have been better there, but Peak was able to put it just out of the reach of the defender, and Dorsett catches it, puts it in the end zone. And I mean, you can't ask for anything more from the Patriots with that responding from the being down 14-7 with like 5 minutes to go in the second to being up. Looks like going into halftime. Didn't want to speak too soon.
And that was 3 seconds to go. I mean, beautiful pass. Peak didn't even look rattled back there. He's almost he's harnessing his inner Tom Brady wearing that number 12.
Big answer at the end of the half for the Patriots. But I think maybe the Bengals have a little bit more in store for us in the second half.
And the Patriots receive the second half kickoff. And another fumble by the Patriots. But they do recover at the 32-yard line.
That would have been huge for the Bengals to bring them right back to the game. But now they've got to defend this pretty potent Patriots offense.
Looking like he's expecting the run here. Coming out 5-2. Oh, beautiful little spin by Michelle. It's about 5 yards on what looked to be a play for about no gain.
Yeah, right now, the only people stopping the Patriots are themselves with that fumble. Everything else, they've been very, very successful. You got to have the Bengals have to try to adjust a little bit.
Peak looking to throw on second. Hits the wheel. Oh, overthrown to his guy, Capers.
That's where he's in the 5-2 against 3 receivers. Line on Capers man-to-man. That was an easy touchdown if they could connect. Easy. Big miss.
But it brings up 3rd and 5 on the miss. Peak dropping back and another miss. Looks like just thrown a little too early on that out route.
This is a series they'll go back on, and when you team goes back in film session, they see the missed opportunities, missed points, and it might not hurt them this game, but in the playoffs, you get a chance at hitting one of those fades with a mismatch. You got to connect.
And it looks like they were playing the other type of football there as he downs the ball with his foot. The football they play across the pond, as Josh would say. Tosh, don't laugh. That's the closest thing I got to a British accent.
That was pretty.
That's the closest thing I got. That's the best I can do. And we got Strickland looking left, fires, and he's got Eifert there. Nice little play. It's about 10 yards on what looked to be a really nice play call there. Knew they'd be covering up. Looking, everything up top was covered. Goes to a little dump off underneath.
Yeah, when you're pinned back inside the 4 as defense, you're either trying to bring it for the safety or you just want to play. You don't want to give up that huge play. So they didn't want to give up the huge play. They gave up the small one. Now they're going to play in their regular spots.
Strickland going under center. Bernard in the backfield in the single back. Takes the snap. Oh, breaks the sack. And a beautiful catch. What a play.
There's another highlight reel play. I mean, Strickland looked like he just shoved the defender to the ground and then fires a bullet with a guy on his back, jumps up, snags the ball, holds on to it. So they got the ball close to midfield now and threatening to get into that at least field goal range to bring it within less than a touchdown.
And that's where that 6'3", 230-pound frame really helps back there at quarterback.
Yeah, that blitz came untouched. Not from Mr. Springs. That came from the left outside. That was a miscommunication, or they brought too many.
A short run on first down brings up 2nd and 8. What are you thinking about the play calls here for Cincinnati? I'm thinking they're pretty well balanced. It's looking, they've got a pretty good attack so far here on offense. The defensive side of the ball there's a couple things, but on offense, they're certainly looking very, very well balanced and coming out with a bunch of different looks.
Yeah, I like it. You can see sometimes he really likes to run it up the middle, and I think the new if it is a new animation, the new change is helping a little bit. He likes to run out of that shotgun or run under center, so he's going to give you multiple looks, and he's not going to stick to running or passing from one of those looks. He's versatile.
He's utilizing that offensive line well, too, with the run game. Strickland taking the snap. Looking right. Gets hit as he throws. Can he get past the first? I think he was stopped just short. Yep, brings up 4th and 1 on the 45-yard line.
What do you do here? 45-yard line. What are you going to do? Third quarter. If I'm going for it. I'm going for it. You're allowed to. 4th and 1. It looks like they might come out in the offense. I mean, you got nothing to lose. The Patriots offense has been, big playability.
Yep, I would agree entirely. This is a play that you just gotta pull out the stops, and with that offensive line, you ride those boys to that easy first. And he goes play action there, and it's intercepted on a badly thrown ball.
I think the outside guy might, but on a 4th and 1 to take a deep shot like that. I think they played underneath, and he was just sitting there. That was awesome defense by New England, exactly what they needed after that missed opportunity, and we'll see how what they come out with.
That was a brilliant use of the chess match, though. That strategy because he played run all the way, and it looked like it might, if the linebacker or the corner played that really well.
Yeah, he did.
If it was definitely a good idea, but man, that was a tough, pretty rough ball there by Strickland too.
Yeah, I think he felt a little bit of pressure and knew he had to at least give somebody a shot.
Yep, he knew they were coming for him. And looks like a check by Peak out to the right. Goes run, a lot of open space. Looks like an early little sauce. Doesn't really pay off, but he gets the first. He gets the first on that.
Robert didn't. He decided not to click onto that safety.
Yeah.
Decided to play it a little bit more conservative, which is all right. Don't want to give up the big one. Got to try to keep him out of field goal range here to keep it a 1-score game.
Oh yeah, and his hitters are playing well. Those defensive players, they're getting big hits. They're playing pretty well on their own. So, Oh, man, you noticed he checked the speed there. Okay, nope, he dumps it off underneath, felt the pressure.
Robert hasn't been matching personnel very much, so smart by John to check the speed. What's he got out there? Does he like the matchup? That time, it looked like he did match up maybe into a nickel formation a little bit more than sometimes on first down, teams come out in their base.
Yeah. And here comes the little snap there, going right by Michelle. It's about 3 yards. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Right now, Cincinnati needs to get this stop. Patriots, this would be their second drive in a row where they'd have to resort to a punt, but we'll see what they come out with.
Pete coming out in the gun. Looking to pass here on 3rd and 7. Oh, underneath. Great defensive play. And it's picked off by Tony Jefferson, the ex-Raven. Went to Cincinnati to play. Makes an awesome play. They got the ball there at the 34-yard line.
And that's what they needed. I think the Bengals ran that play earlier and went to the drag, and it was deflected. And now they came back and used it on offense. The Patriots did, and they waited for that dig. That dig was slow to develop, but the linebacker just sat on it the whole time. I think maybe John was focused on who he was going to throw to the entire time and just tried to force it in there.
Nice little run play here on 1st. Gets about 1 yard. Well defended. Brings up 2nd and 9.
That was one of his first plays he called during the game. Not as successful this time, but trying to get a different look out of the shotgun with the 2 backs. Spread out the wide receivers and tight end. 2nd and 9. Coming out with, looks like 3 wide receivers. Looks like John's going to play maybe 1 safety.
Looks like he's in the nickel. Quinn looking left, looking right. Finds his receiver. Gets about 3 yards on the play. Up to the 41-yard line. Brings up 3rd and 4.
The shark halfback wheel is a popular one right now. It's like the 3rd or 4th time we've seen it today, and they're liking those middle routes. Nobody's hitting the halfback wheel. That might have been time for it right there.
And you're seeing he's playing John's playing a lot outside. He's really flooding the field with man coverage, things like that. Those in-breaking routes are going to be open against man coverage.
Yeah, and right there, playing the cover 2 hard flat, came out with 4 verts.
Yep.
The 4 verts was able to get that first down, hitting it quick. So we only have 30 seconds left in this 3rd quarter, and the Bengals hanging around. 3 wins on the season, going against a playoff team. I think if they, you would ask them pregame, they'd love to be in this position.
Oh yeah, they play for pride. Tanking is not a word that's in Robert Morlock's dictionary. Good blocking there by Springs on the outside, but it looks like the Patriots get off their blocks pretty quick, stop it for about 2-yard gain.
Yeah, right now the Patriots have really timed up their man blitzes. Their defensive calls have really matched up well with the offensive calls of Cincinnati.
Seems like up until this point they've really had a bead on their play calling style.
Well, we got 4th quarter. We've got the Cincinnati Bengals in a shot, in position, almost to opponent's territory, to try to tie this game up in the 4th quarter. That's all we could ask for.
And it's been a heck of a game, hasn't it, Tosh?
It has. I mean, Robert being the underdog here, just came out, the fullback, big touchdown, and thrown to his right guard. I mean, I think we're in for a treat these last 8 minutes.
Quinn under center. Does a little draw to Bernard. Gets about 3 or 4 yards up to the 50-yard line, right at midfield.
That was Mr. Springs coming off his block. Mr. Springs had him. If he stays on that, I bet you he gets the first down marker. But Springs had his head down after the play, kind of tried to give that extra push, put his head down to block, and defensive lineman gave him the old swim move.
shout out to our guy Gladiator who tuned into the chat. He's one of our waitlist guys. He says, okay, this league is awesome. I tuned into that YouTube stream, and that's awesome. We're glad to have you, man. Glad you're here, and really looking forward to maybe a team opening up and you getting a spot here. This is an awesome league. XCFL is a place to be.
Forcing that punt. We got a forced punt. New England here, they haven't moved the ball too well in their last 2 drives after having total success in the first half. So if I'm John, you've got to try to score here. You can't just try to burn the clock. You've got to be your full offense, full gamut of plays, maybe even trying to hit Mr. Capers for a big play.
And absolutely have to get across the 50. If they give them the ball on their own territory, I think, oh, and it's almost there. Just as I say it, Eric Berry almost comes up with one of his classic picks, but alas, it's dropped. And
John needs
second and 10.
Patriots need to focus. They're just trying to force things. I mean, they had time. They had the drag. I mean, you bring both backers, you got to make that read.
Peak takes the snap in the gun, all day to throw. Finds the drag underneath. Gets a nice little, has a nice little fight there, getting up to the 28-yard line. Brings up 3rd and 2.
He knew he had time there. He waited, patient in the pocket, and the drag came all the way across and opened up for him. So 3rd and 2. Again, we've got one of those 3rd down pivotal plays. It looks like they're going to come out with a 2-back set.
Peak with the motion, going left to Gronkowski. Drops back, looking right. And it's dropped. And he's hurt.
Oh,
Riley
man.
Peak is injured.
Riley Peak gets hurt. Looks like he's going to go make a switch. Oh, man, bringing in Galley. The Gallagher, former top draft pick. I think he was a 1st rounder, maybe early 2nd. He was part of that quarterback carousel, but right now the Bengals have a chance. They have a chance again to try to tie this ball game up.
Especially with him losing his starting quarterback, you always have a chance coming out of that. Joseph Gallagher, he's a good quarterback. He's 79 overall, 24 years old, quick development. He's a West Coast style guy. He's got 91 short accuracy, 86 medium accuracy. His deep accuracy, though, and this hurts because he's got capers, is a whopping 75. That's a bummer.
Yeah, right now, I mean, the Patriots, their quarterback's hurt, but it's not the end of the world. They have 3 guys on their team that would start at some places. They're playable. I'm not going to say, shoulder strain. Not the tear. Not the tear, just the strain. The strain.
I think both teams back to back just got away with a pretty fortunate breaks there. That pass was almost picked off from the Bengals, and then immediately after, the Patriots get word that it was just a shoulder strain. So congrats to both of them. That was a very fortunate double little set of plays there. And a dropped pass underneath. Quinn Strickland trying to find his outlet man. Running back out of the backfield. I believe that's Bernard.
Yeah, going with the verts again. Couple verts plays. I think if the Bengals would have stuck to their regular game plan, sneaking in some run plays right now. But now they're stuck at 3rd and 10. And going to need to convert here, or the Patriots are going to have another opportunity to ice this game up.
Strickland in the wide open set by himself in the backfield. Takes the snap. Can't get the ball off. Nice little rip play there by Harold Landry for the sack, bringing up 4th and 17.
We had 3 plays where they just tried to stretch the defense vertically. It didn't work out for them. So they're going to have to try to rely on that defense once again, which they've done all second half. And
Patriots take the ball out of the end zone there, but it pays off as he gets across the 20 and is aided by a 15-yard face mask penalty, and now they'll take the ball up at the 43.
Big penalty. Can't have those, especially on a play that probably should have been a touchback. the 20. So that's a 23-yard difference there. Big first down play.
Absolutely. We've got it looks like Gallagher is under center, so he'll come in and relieve Peak as he's recovering, stretching out, getting a little bit loosened up on the sideline, getting ready to come back in. And a nice running play right off the bat brings up 1st and 10 on the 44.
Looks like they might stay in the same formation.
You like that balanced set. They can run out either side of it. But they choose to go pass. Gallagher drops back. Looking deep and fires. And it's almost picked.
Taking the shot. Cover 2. You'd think probably a little late on the throw. Probably a little late. The middle linebacker did get back to his drop. So he forced that big throw. That Tampa 2 defense, that middle linebacker was able to get vertical and force the bad throw.
Capers going left with the handoff, and a big hit by the safety. Jesse Bates says, "No, sir, none of that here," and brings up 3rd and 4.
We're in 55-yard field goal range right now, so it's interesting to see how New England takes this next play. I'm guessing they're going to try to throw pass here, try to get the first, not trust the run game, but who knows.
Gallagher takes the snap, hands off to Michelle, tries to fight forward, but he stopped short.
They
Brings
went
up
with the
4th
run.
and 1.
They went with the run. 52-yard field goal right now would almost ice the game, but it doesn't look like the Patriots are thinking that same thing.
No way.
They thought they had 2-down territory in their mind the entire time with that last play call.
They are going for it, trying to ice the game with a slant over the middle, and it's dropped. What a hit. Oh my goodness, I felt that up here in the booth. What a whack on Philip Dorsett. That's our man Preston Brown again, the guy that forced the fumble earlier.
I mean, that 3rd down call was an awesome call. I love it to run the ball if you're confident in your kicker, but he thought the whole time 2 downs. He's got 2 downs to get this, and I'm just not sure if it was worth the risk. We'll see. I mean, I'm not sure if he's not confident in the kicking game, but that just gives these Bengals one more shot.
And Strickland hands off, and he tried to find the lane, but he gets thumped in the backfield, loses 2 yards. Looks like he had a lot of green grass in front of him, didn't he, Tosh?
Yeah, the defensive line fell for they thought it was play action. Strickland took a big hit from the defensive end on that play. Bring up a 2nd and long.
That's not what they need right now. They're looking to pass, trying to get out of this hole. Finding a guy underneath. He's got some space to rumble. Gets up, sets up a 3rd and short, 3rd and 2 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds and counting.
3rd and 2. I mean, this is obviously probably a 4-down territory for them, and we might see one of those draw plays or a little slant. Something quick. Can't take a sack here.
And Quinn comes out in the gun, fakes the run, has a wide open receiver again. And he's up to the 30-yard line on the other side of the field. These Bengals are roaring back, Tosh.
I like the call. Play action. Got the linebackers to bite up, and they took a shot. They know that they need some yards. They've been a little quiet here in the second half. They took a shot down the field, and it was wide open. Beautiful connection. Now they've got 32 yards to go, and I want to see what they do if they get inside the 10 again.
Yeah, probably one of the most entertaining red zone offenses in the league. Robert there in Cincinnati is always creative there in the red area. Looking middle, beautiful defensive play. I believe he rattled Giovanni Bernard just enough to make him drop it. He was trying to hit that angle route again. Saw it was wide open against the man coverage.
Yeah, he went with that angle, that man. I mean, that was perfect coverage. That's exactly how you draw it up as the defense. You don't want – if he would have waited a little bit, he might have been able to get a little bit more separation, but also that blitz was coming.
It was. They were flying in there. And another blitz on 2nd and 10. He's got another man right there, fights forward. Beautiful play by Eifert, getting across the 20 – or excuse me, across the first down marker.
Yeah, that was huge. The blitz came in quick. The defensive back on that right side came in untouched and under pressure, completes the pass. We've got a first down, almost to the red zone, minute 40 left.
He's exactly where he wants to be. Now, Tosh, if he scores, do you think he goes for 2 to win it, or do you think he just takes the 1 and takes his chances in overtime?
I think he goes for 2 at home this late. Right there was a missed opportunity, though. The wide receiver on the outside was wide open as he was playing that hard flats.
Oh, in film study, the coach just rips Strickland a new one. And Strickland, motioning the receiver over, takes the snap, drops back about 10 yards, looking left again, fires. We're seeing a lot of man coverage here from the New England Patriots, and you're seeing the Bengals react accordingly. I'd say
I like it.
Go ahead.
I like it. He's really ramped up the man down inside like the 30-yard line, shorter in those shorter areas, and they've been playing all right. They've been forcing the third downs. They've got to get off the field in third down, though. Force that fourth.
Definitely. That's really something we're seeing the Bengals do so well, is converting third. And another draw in the red zone. And it's a flag, face mask penalty by Lindsey Porter, the strong safety. And honestly, Tosh, that really doesn't change much. Well played by the safety. I'd say that's a good time, because if he pulls the face mask, he at least gives the defense another chance to stop him.
Yeah, we got Springs out there, tight end in the goal line, so we'll see what they go with.
And here he goes, running play, goes safe right up the gut for a touchdown. Touchdown, Bengals. This crowd is going wild.
See what they come out with. What are they gonna do? I'd expect them maybe to give it a shot, and it looks like they are. They're going to do it.
Because they Tosh, they still have three timeouts, so they can stop them. They can kick the field goal, or if they can get the 2, and if they don't get the 2, they can still play defense.
Oh man.
Oh wow.
I'd run it again. I don't know. This is crazy.
This is a huge moment. And it's play action, looking. Oh, tries to find Springs on the goal line for the go-ahead 2 points.
He was trying to Cinderella story there. He was trying to cap it off. Give him credit there.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to go to the hot hand. And Springs, it's rare we say it, but the offensive lineman Springs is the hot hand right now. Sometimes you just got to try it.
That would have been one of the most epic endings to a game there.
Absolutely. But
we'll see. We'll see. It's not over.
Absolutely not. And the way that offense ran down the field, and that was probably, 2 minutes. I think they're liking where they're at, because they still have their 3 timeouts. And it isn't over. You're right. They really gotta make something happen. And there it is, a nice tackle behind the line of scrimmage. They cannot give up a field goal here, though. That would be very critical to their win.
Yeah, I'm interested on your thoughts, Regan. If you've got 40 seconds left, all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep there, or do you still go for that onside? I haven't had any success with the onside, so I probably would have tried to kick it deep.
Absolutely, I would have kicked it deep. I haven't seen anything that would make me feel like an onside kick would even be beneficial. But sometimes he might be clued into something. I haven't done much research on it, because I don't typically use the onside kick, but it might have been there. Who knows?
I've seen it once. I had a 1-point lead with like 5 seconds left, and the magician Chadwick recovered an onside kick, but didn't get the Hail Mary. So 3rd and 12. They can make the stop right here and get that ball back.
Oh man, but he's in the 5. He's in the 5-2 though. He's trying to find his receiver, and it's a beautiful defensive play there by Jesse Bates, coming over from that single high safety, that roaming free safety, knocked that away.
Right there, you've got it. I think you've got to run the ball.
Because now
run the ball. They got a timeout.
Yeah.
Field goal range. and he had the stutter on the right side wide open. That stutter route was wide open.
And that's, oh, nice punt. I was afraid for a second that punt was going to go into the end zone. But, man, that punter knew exactly what he was doing, putting the backspin on it.
Gonna need a little luck now. You got 94 yards for a touchdown, but they only need a field goal. So, I mean, 57-yarder maybe you're comfortable with. Can they get to the opposite 40? They've got that timeout.
And the Bengals are kind of a ground and pound team, so it's going to be interesting to see if they have that get up and go in their arsenal as well. That just, oh, and he's got an open receiver right over that linebacker.
All right, here we go.
The hole.
Now, you've got about 20. You need about 20 yards to give yourself a shot. You got to go about 20 yards, and you got to stop the clock. Now, I've seen some people run a crossing route or a slant route, or you got to run the deep comeback or out. It depends on the offense or the defense. It depends. Is he going to go man? Is he going to do some prevent?
This Bengals team is fighting, though, man. They got so much pride. And they can't get the ball out, and it's a fumble recovered by the Patriots. And that's going to seal it.
I think he was trying to go to that deep outside, vertical, toss it up, try to catch it, get out of bounds. Oh, man, what a game.
Absolutely.
I mean, you got to give it to both owners. They did a great job entertaining down to the very last seconds.
Yeah, my heart's beating right now. That was one that came down to the absolute wire. Brilliantly played by both owners. Both just the play calling, everything, every facet of this game was just so entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, player of the game, who you giving it to? I'm going, my player of the game, Sony Michel. I mean, he started hot. He had the big run. He had over 100 yards on the ground. He was my impact player before, so I'm going to go with him for my player of the game. Who do you got?
I'm going to cheat a little bit here, but I'm going to go with the four-legged MVP, perhaps the first four-legged MVP we've ever had, but I'm going with Pilot here. The emotional leader for this Patriots team inspired Sony Michel to his victory, and I would agree, Sony Michel had an awesome game, but, congrats to the New England Patriots. And John, this was a great game, and great game, Robert, as well. Very well played, and this was a heck of a game, Tosh. I'm really glad we could commentate this one.
Hey, 10 wins for the Patriots. See you in playoffs.
Yeah,
be exciting. Be exciting to see these guys.
And this Bengals team, man, next year you give them a solid draft, I guarantee we're going to be seeing a lot of them. You're going to be seeing a lot more of Robert, because I've played him personally multiple times, and he just gets better every single time I play him.
Well, it was an awesome broadcast, another awesome game. The playoffs are coming after the playoffs. We got the draft, so should be some excitement these next couple weeks.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate you watching. Thank you for tuning in to XCFL Reloaded Primetime. Here is our website, our YouTube account, as well as our Twitter. Follow us there. And we hope to see you either in the XCFL or in the comment section below. We'd love to interact with you. And thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you guys have a great night.